Am I audible?
Yes, Prabhuji. Hare Krishna.
Okay. Yeah, thanks for everyone to joining today's session. Let's wait a couple more minutes and meanwhile we'll do the Hare Krishna. Hare Jai Radha Madhava Kunja Bihari Gopi Jana Vallabha Girivaradhari. Hare Krishna everyone. Thanks for joining today's session. Today we are going to discuss about Srimad Bhagavatam 1.7.7. So this shlokas purport is too big, so we are going to cover in 2 days. So first 2 paragraph we are going to cover today, and the last paragraph we are going to cover tomorrow. So let me share my screen. Hope you all are able to see my screen. So first we'll do the prayer. Om Namo Bhagavate Vasudevaya. Om Namo Bhagavate Vasudevaya. Om Namo Bhagavate Vasudevaya. Narayanam Namaskrityam Naram Chaiva Narottamam Devim Saraswatim Vyasam Tato Jaya Mudire Nashtaprayeshu Abhadreshu Nityam Bhagavata Sevaya Bhagavati Uttamam Sloke Bhaktir Bhavati Nastiki. So today we are going to recite the sloka 1.7.7. यस्याम वै श्रूयमाणायां कृष्णे परम पुरुषे भक्तिर उत्पद्यते पुंसः शोकमोहभयापहा यस्याम वै श्रूयमाणायां कृष्णे परम पुरुषे भक्तिर उत्पद्यते पुंसः शोकमोहभयापहा. Anyone wants to repeat? यस्याम वै श्रूयमाणायां
यस्यां वैश्यायमायानां
कृष्णे परम पुरुषे
कृष्णे परम पुरुषे
भक्तिर उत्पद्यते पुंसः
भक्तिरुपद्यते पुंसः
शोकमोहभयापहा.
शोकमोहभयापहा.
Word by word meaning. Yashyam, this Vedic literature, Vai, certainly, Srayamanam, simply by giving oral reception, Krishna, unto Lord Krishna, Brahma, Parama, Supreme, Purusa, unto the personality of the Godhead, Bhakti, feeling the devotional services, Utpadyate, sprout up, Pumsha, of the living being, Shoka, lamentation, Moha, illusion, Bhaya, fearfulness, Apaha, that which extinguishes. So, and translation and purport given by the A.C. Bhaktivedanta Swami Prabhupada Sri Prabhupada ki Jai. Translation. Simply by giving oral receptions to this Vedic literature, the feeling for loving devotional services to Lord Krishna, the Supreme Personality of the Godhead, sprouts up at once to extinguish the fire of lamentation, illusion, and fearfulness. Purport. There are various senses of which the ear is the most effective. This sense works even when a man is in deep sleep. One can protect himself from the hand of an enemy while awake. But while asleep, one is protected by the ear only. The importance of hearing is mentioned here in connection with attaining the highest perfection of life, namely getting free from 3 material pangs. Everyone is full of lamentation at every moment. He is after the mirage of illusionary things and he is always afraid of his supposed enemy. These are the primary symptoms of the material disease. And it is definitely suggested herein that simply by hearing the message of Srimad Bhagavatam, one get attachment of the Supreme Personality of the Godhead, Sri Krishna. As soon as this is affected, the symptom of the material disease disappears. Srila Vyasadeva saw the all perfect personality of the Godhead, and in this statement, and in this statement, the all perfect personality of the Godhead, Sri Krishna, is clearly confirmed. Next paragraph. The ultimate result of devotional service is to develop genuine love of the Supreme Personality. Love is a word which is often used in relations with man and woman, and love is the only word that can be properly used to indicate the relation between Lord Krishna and the living entity. The living entities are mentioned as Prakriti in the Bhagavad Gita, and in Sanskrit, Prakriti is a feminine object. The Lord is always described as a Parama Purusha, or the supreme male personality. Thus, the affections between the Lord and the living entities is something like that between the male and the female. Therefore, the term love of Godhead is quite appropriate. So first two paragraph only we are going to cover. We'll do the prayers first. Om Ajnanatimirandasya Jnananjala Salakaya Chakshurunmilitam Yena Tasmai Shri Gurve Namah. Namah Om Vishnu Padaya Krishna Prishtaya Bhutale Srimate Bhakti Vedanta Swamini Tinamine Namaste Saraswate Deve Gauravari Prachanine Nirvishesha Shunyavadi Paschata Desatarine. जय श्री कृष्ण चैतन्य प्रभु नित्यानंदा श्री अद्वैत गदाधर श्रीवासादि गौर भक्त वृंद हरे कृष्णा कृष्ण कृष्णा हरे 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 राम 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 हरे हरे ओम विष्णु पादाय कृष्ण कृष्णाय भूतले श्रीमती जयपताका स्वामी नाम मुखम करोति वाचालं पंगुम लंघयते गिरिं यत्कृपातमहं वन्दे परमानन्दमाधवं. Hare Krishna. Thanks everyone once again for joining today's session. So we are going to discuss about the Srimad Bhagavatam first canto, seventh chapter, seventh sloka. So just a recap for the seventh chapter is this is remedial measure of material suffering. And what in first shloka we discussed, what did Vyasa do after Narada's departure? Once Narada, I mean, last chapter we discussed in sixth chapter that Narada Muni came and Narada Muni was giving the informations to Vyasadeva that what is his life, how he elevated and everything, and what he need to do. After that, what Vyasadeva did. So first shloka we discuss about that, and 2-3 shloka Vyasadeva sat on the meditation at the river Saraswati. In a summary, we discuss more in detail, I think, every day. In fourth shloka, we say Supreme Lord along with his external energy. So Vyasadeva sees that. And then in fifth shloka, we saw living entity misidentified himself and suffering in illusions. So that's we see in the saw in the fifth shloka. Now, in sixth shloka, yesterday we discussed about what are the medicine of suffering bhakti. So the suffering medicine is nothing but a bhakti yoga that we discussed in sixth shloka. Seventh shloka, we started oral receptions, sprout bhakti. So how the bhakti has been started within you. And before starting the discussion, I just want to read a translation given by the bhakti uh, uh, given by the Bhakti Vinoda Thakura, that by hearing Bhagavatam, bhakti for the Supreme Lord Krishna appears. Hearing it also destroyed lamentations, illusion, and fear in the human being. So very beautifully in this purport, he, as you know, Prabhupada has explained much in detail, and this was not that much, so but we just read. By hearing Bhagavatam, bhakti of the Supreme Lord Krishna appears. Hearing it also destroyed lamentation, illusion, and fear in the human being. This verses shows that Bhagavatam produce prema simply by hearing it. Prema arises. What to speak? Then the greater effect is if one engaged other in hearing it. So clearly in purport, it has been explained that the basic bhakti, the initial first step of the bhakti, is start from the Sravanam. And in Bhagavad Gita also we know, after reading the Bhagavad Gita, only the senses of, I mean, hearing senses has been first senses who has been activated in your body, in a human body. Right? Example is Abhimanyu. Abhimanyu here, all those process of breaking the Chakravyuha in his mother womb. That time he did not appear in this world, but he was in a mother womb, but he was able to listen because his hearing senses has been activated. Now, the first bhakti is called the Sravanam, right? But how to practice the Sravanam, that is more important, right? So Sravanam means submit to his hearing process, will lose his long chastised desire. So as explained in the purport, that once you started doing hearing about the Krishna, automatically bhaya, moha, everything has been removed as per this sloka. So how it happened, right? That we have to see. That's why, in the first phrase it has been saying yasyam vai sravanamayam, right? Simply by hearing, right? So hearing is the Sravanam is the first limb of bhakti. And which kind of Sravanam is? So when one links his ears to give oral receptions to the transcendental vibration, he can quickly become purified and cleansed in the heart. So we, read the same thing in the more detail in Nectar of Devotion, 10th chapter also. Right? I mean, in the 10th, in Nectar of Devotion, 10th chapter, it has been given example when a person got bite of a snake, how it got, revealed. Because, in ancient India, if you go, the people are still doing, they are chanting some mantras and throwing some things, and the snake bite has been removed. I mean, the effect of the snake bite has been removed. Similarly, right now, everyone, these human beings has been beaten, bitten by the snake, the illusion energy, the material energy. We are all in these, we can say we are in illusion. We are living in an illusion. So to remove that illusion, what happened? What we need to do? We have to first hear the transcendental voice. That starts from the Sravanam. And how we need to do the Sravanam? So that it explained here, need right setting and environment, external and internal both. So until and unless you not start listening from internal and external both, that Sravanam not make any sense. So first of all, two objects in the Sravanam: how you are hearing and what you are hearing. Now, if I am say the bhakti starts hearing, so you started listening anything. So that is not the real Sravanam, right? You started hearing lot of YouTube and WhatsApp universities, lot of things are spreading, and you start hearing. It's not doesn't mean that that hearing will affect you. But if that hearing is right setting and environment, internally and externally both, then that hearing will sprout the bhakti in within yourself. And once the bhakti sprout will happen, automatically the Krishna prema will be increased, and bhaya, moha, everything, the or fearfulness, illusion, everything has been removed. Just like when the rain start and we start our car, first what we do, we start the wiper. And what wiper do? Wiper remove everything from our front windshield, and we are able to see the roads. So similarly, once we hear properly the correct things and the bhakti starts, it's wiped every other element from in front of us, and we are able to see the clear path. We are able to see the supreme personality of the Godhead. But we have to understand what Sravanam means. So Sravanam has been divided into three parts: Shraddha, Varna, and Namrata. Shraddha means faith in three. What three? Vakta, Sravana Vidhi, and Srimad Bhagavatam. Right? Also faith and devotion and appreciations to all type of Leela Srishti Leela, Avatar Leela, Krishna Leela, all those, his avatara. So we have to be in faith. We should not like that, okay, how come it's possible? How they took avatara like that? So we have to first make a Shraddha on Vakta, the person who is speaking, right? And Sravana Vidhi, the way we are listening. So that's the Sravana Vidhi second. And what we are listening? Srimad Bhagavatam. So first we have to make a Shraddha on that. Second is a Varna. Accept with truth from the bona fide Vakta or inquire submissively to accept. As in Bhagavad Gita it has been explained, Tadvidi Pradipatena Pradiprasnena Sevaya. So there is a process to listen and inquire about the question. So follow the steps. We had discussed so many times, so that's why I'm not going more detail into that. And third is Namrata. Namrata means we have to first leave our prideless. We have to become a prideless. It doesn't say that, okay, I had read this much book. I had, just like Vyasadeva, he compiled every Vedas, but still when Narada Muni came and he started, explaining him about, go towards the Krishna Prema, he did not inquire, okay, I had written Rigveda, I had written Atharvaveda, I had written all these books, I had written all these Upanishads. Why I am going to write this? Because these Upanishads are nothing but the same thing, directly or indirectly. I mean, we have to reach our nose. Either I'm touching my nose like this, or I'm holding my hand and touching my nose. But he did not, inquired. He says, okay, that's why Narada Muni explained, okay, directly touch your nose, don't go via, right? So that's why. So first of all, we have to leave our pride. Humility, neglecting mind's commentary while focusing on hearing every word of Vakta. Right? Suppose someone says, okay, this incarnations happen. Now, say, no. Biology is saying that, okay, until unless the man and woman not meet there would be no incarnation, there would be no new birth, right? So Krishna is beyond these biology, chemistry, physiology, anything. He is beyond that. So that how we have to, accept in the mind commentary while focusing on hearing every words of Bhakti. So once we do this Sravanam in this way, then reception, the faith, taste, mercy, interest, inspiration, not just relief for our information, we must see through ears. That's why it has been mentioned, see through ears. So now we have to make our ears as eyes. So once we make our ears as eyes, then we successfully make the first limb of bhakti. So that's why most of the places it has been mentioned, Shastra Chakshu. The our ears are considered as a Shastra Chakshu. And in another analogy, our ears are considered as a Yagya Kunda, right? And our tongues has been considered as a spoon of the Yagya Kunda. And through our tongue, we are offering the Hare Krishna Mantra. And we are, inserting that Hare Krishna Mahamantra in our Yaga Kunda. So ear are so important. So that's why, and most of the things, hearing is not required any age, any gender, any education. So you can start hearing from these three methods, Shraddha, Varna, and Namrata, you can start hearing. And once you start hearing, your bhakti will be sprouted. Right? Even inattentive hearing also purifies. Bhagavatam also says, right, that Sabda Brahma, it has been says that, even if you are inattentively hearing, despite of that, it will purify it, right? And how come, we have a lot of example, Ajamila, right? He was not hearing as a, in full consciousness. He was just hearing and he just got elevated. Similarly, I mean, Parikshit Maharaj, definitely he was hearing attentively, just like, following all these three steps, but he got, elevation in only 7 days. So think about that, if we hear more and more, what happened, right? So we have to, that's why it's called the spiritual oxygen. Hearing is called the spiritual oxygen. And that will, give the all benefits, and it will sprout the bhakti within us, and we elevated day by day. So that's the hearing. But now the most again important part, what to hear. It's not like okay, hearing means Prabhuji is saying and Bhagavatam is saying okay, hearing starts the bhakti. It doesn't mean you can start hearing anything. You have to hear Krishna songs, not anything. In 10.9 in Bhagavad Gita also, 10.9 it has been mentioned, मच्चिता मत गत प्राणा बोधयन्त परस्परम कथयन्तश्च मास नित्यं तुष्यन्ति च रमन्ति च. But say the thoughts of my pure devotees dwell in me. Their lives are fully devoted to my service, and they derived great satisfaction and bliss from always enlightening one another and conversing about me. So few words, we have to notice here what he's saying. Devoted dwell in me. Their lives are fully devoted to my service, and last what he's saying, conversing about me. It's not like conversing about क्योंकि कभी सास भी कभी बहू थी, or those kind of stories, or new web series came and this came, new movies came, and all these mundane topics. No. Otherwise, if that much important, uh, these every countries are not started fighting. So because they are divided, they are discussing multiple things, right? They are not discussing about the core subject, and the core subject Krishna already given in the Bhagavad Gita, right? In Srimad Bhagavatam also, 10th chapter, 10th canto, 1st chapter, 4th shloka, it has been said, glorification of Supreme Personality of the Godhead is performed in the parampara system. That is, it is covered from the spiritual master to disciples. Such glorification is released by those no longer interested in the false temporary glorification of this cosmic manifestance. Description of the Lord are the right medicine of conditioned soul. So, the focus the word right medicine of the conditioned soul. What descriptions of the Lord, and who is the supreme personality of the Godhead? Krishna itself. Next, I mean, lot of evidence are there. In again, Srimad Bhagavatam. Sorry, I have mentioned Bhagavad Gita. It's a Srimad Bhagavatam, 1st canto, 2nd chapter, 70th sloka. Sri Krishna, the supreme personality of the Godhead, who is the Paramatma, super soul, is everyone's heart and the benefactor, uh, benefactor of the truthful devotees. Cleanness, desire of material enjoyment from the heart of the devotee who has developed the urge to hear his message. Develop the urge to hear whom's message? His message, the Supreme Personality of the Godhead. Again, 1.2.6, the supreme occupation dharma for all humanity is that by which men can attain to loving devotional services unto the transitional Lord. Again, even my favorite, always I am mentioning that particular sloka. Rupa Goswami has mentioned multiple times that uh, aho aho ni kalidhi divate sudha sudharam madhuram pade pade. So when he says, oh, the fame of Yashoda's son, Yashoda Tanay, is being sung daily. It is as sweet as steam of nectar at every step of cooling like sandalwood and the moon. Thus, the days do not feel affected by the miseries of a Kali Yuga. So it has been clearly mentioned, and that what you have to hear and how you have to, right? So that we all knows that what we have to hear and what. Then Krishna Prema pursues. In the next phrase in the sloka, if you pursue it, Krishna Prema pursues. So what happened? Krishna Prema Purushe. So as we here in the paragraph, that Krishna is the Parama Purusa and Prakriti is the female. So usually the love has been mentioned for men and women. And here, who is the Parama Purusa? Krishna. And Prakriti is the feminine characters as per the Shastras. So the prema between Krishna has been sprout, right? So connected on Krishna, the supreme person, right? Bhagavatam is not a moral philosophy. It's a truth. It's a science, right? So and not a dry knowledge. It's just talk about once you talk about Krishna, automatically your bhakti has been sprouted, and peace, fearfulness, and fearlessness and happiness will be sprouted. That along with your bhakti, that will come automatically when you keep Krishna in the center, right? So, like that's why uh, everywhere, we are making Krishna as a center, and that's why Bhagavatam is nothing but a Krishna katha only. Bhagavatam is what? Only Krishna katha. So we have to focus on the how to increase my attachment to the Krishna, and for increasing the attachment to the Krishna is nothing but a just we need to hear about more and more and more. Once we hear about more and more from Krishna, right? So that way we, it would happen that the bhakti automatically sprout, and all those bhaya, moha, everything has been removed. So, right, religion without Krishna is sentimental. It's just sentimental. It's not scientific things, right? And knowledge without Krishna is again speculation. It has been says, right? Reason without Krishna is sentiments, and knowledge without Krishna is speculations, right? And in shloka, the phrase three, bhaktir utpadyate umsham, right? So bhakti automatically awakes as we all, read from all these things, right? So at last, just binding up my comment that, just like a seed, right? Once, we are started hearing. So first of all, Bhagavatam, we started hearing Bhagavatam, our Bhakti Lata seed has been planted. And while hearing, we can watering that seed, right? Once you plant the seed on your seed, what happened? We have to water it properly. So hearing is watering. Association of devotees is a sunlight, because without sunlight also you cannot sprout anything. So the association of devotees is sunlight, and services, while serving towards the Lord, it's a fertilizer of that seed. So all these things are you know automatically happen once we start proper following the Shraddha, Varna and Namrata. Hare Krishna. Any questions? Open the deck for question, because if I'm going to more discuss on that, it will stretch, and now I just see the time limit has been reached. So any question, anyone has any question? Opening the deck for question, feedbacks.
Hare Krishna. If there are no questions, comments, let's thank. Yes, Ramesh Rajan. You have some question? If there are no questions, let's thank His Grace Nanda Jivan Murari Prabhu by chanting 3 times Hari Bol for giving nice Srimad Bhagavatam class. Hari Bol, Hari Bol, Hari Bol. Let's offer our prayers to Lord Darshamadeva for the protection of our congregation as well as entire world. Ugram Veeram Mahavishnu Jalantam Sarvatomukam Narasimham Vishnam Bhatram Mutyur Namamyaham Ugram Veeram Mahavishnu Jalantam Sarvatomukam Narasimham Vishnam Bhatram Mutyur Namamyaham Ugram Veeram Mahavishnu Jalantam Sarvatomukam Narasimham Vishnam Bhatram Mutyur Namamyaham. नरसिम्हा भगवान की जय, प्रहलाद महाराज की जय. There are few announcements. We are celebrating Gaura Purnima and Holi on March 3rd, Tuesday. We will circulate the flyer shortly. Gaura Purnima celebrations will be 2 days. One is on actual day. Actual day, Abhishekam, Katha, Kirtan, all those things will be there. and we will have an extended celebration on following Sunday with a lot of cultural activities. Encouraging everyone, block your calendar, 3rd and following Sunday. 2 days celebration will be there. Gaurang Mahaprabhu is merciful incarnation. With his mercy, we can easily get mercy of Srimati Radharani and then Krishna's mercy. And Gita Nagari Yatra, if you haven't booked the ticket yet, please book it. We will all go, and it's 1 night trip, 1 night and 1 day trip. You all relish as a spring break. With that, we'll conclude here. We wish you a very, very happy Krishna conscious day ahead. Let's offer Vaishnava prayer and then Hare Krishna Mahamantra 3 times enthusiastically. Vancha kalpataropyascha kripa sindhobhayeva cha patitanam pavanepyo vaishnavepyo namo namaha. Hare Krishna Krishna
Krishna Krishna
Krishna Hare
Krishna
Hare
Hare Hare
Hare
Hare
Rama
Rama Hare
Rama
Rama Rama
Rama
Rama
Hare
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 Krishna
Krishna Hare
Krishna
Krishna Krishna
Krishna Hare
Krishna
Hare
Hare Hare
Hare
Hare
Rama
Rama Hare
Rama
Rama Rama
Rama
Rama
Hare Hare
Hare Hare
Hare
Hare Krishna Hare
Krishna Krishna
Krishna Krishna
Krishna Hare
Krishna
Hare
Hare Hare
Hare
Hare
Rama
Rama Hare
Rama
Rama Rama
Rama
Rama
Hare
Hare
Hare.
Hare
भगवान श्री कृष्ण परमात्मा की जय. अमल पुराणम श्रीमद् भागवतम की जय. समवेत भक्त वृंद की जय. गौर परमानंदे हरि हरि बोल. हरे कृष्णा.